Hello, friends. It is another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Welcome to Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast. I am your host, Jay Victor, coming to you somewhat live on this beautiful and strange New England evening. It is April 8th, and we started off the day with clear skies, which turned into downpours of rain, which turned to snow, which then turned to sunny skies, all in the span of 1 hour. So if you've never been to New England, that's what it's like here. And a lot of people say they love New England because it has 4 seasons. Well, you can literally get 4 seasons within the span of an hour. I hope everybody is doing well. Phone lines are open. Sweepstakes Podcast at gmail.com. Again, that's Sweepstakes Podcast at gmail.com. If you have any tips, tricks, suggestions, any wins you want to share, any questions that you have, anything at all, feel free to reach out. And thank you to all the listeners who have sent me emails within the past week. It's very fun to converse and commiserate with those in this hobby. Starting off first, any wins? Nothing huge, as a matter of fact, from last week. But I did wake up to the earliest notification of a prize win that I've ever had. 1:56 a.m. this morning. It looks like I was a winner of a special edition can of mug root beer through the Fuji sweepstakes. So that'll be nice. A nice little treat. Maybe my son will take it because he's into collectibles and limited edition things. So he might get his hands on it. Or I can save it and pour it into my custom Stella Artois custom chalice that it seems like everybody and their mother won. So you can add me to the list. I got that notification on Saturday from winning the Stella Artois custom chalice sweepstakes. That's a tongue twister. And mostly small stuff. And then I wouldn't really call it a sweepstakes, but DraftKings lets you do sport picks for free. I don't use DraftKings for actual money bets, but you can put in your March Madness brackets. They have other kind of questions where you can guess winners and losers and spreads and how many three-pointers. So I've been winning $1 here, $5 here, $8 here, and they sent me a bonus bet today. So over the last 3 months, I've collected roughly $45 worth of wins. I'll keep that until the football season, see if I can dig out a couple of nonsense parlays that have no chance of winning right from the beginning, but who knows. So in keeping with the trend that we've been doing over the past couple weeks, we're going to do another review. And this review is for a site that's been around a long time and a site that, in my opinion, maybe not in everybody's, is really the spiritual successor to a site that was around forever called OLS, which was online sweepstakes. That website had lessons that could be learned. It had a great forum. Obviously, it had sweepstakes listings. And a lot of the people who've been doing sweepstakes for really any amount of the time will remember OLS. And the website that I'm reviewing today that I think does a really good job of taking over based on the amount of features, the help it could give you as a beginner sweeper, obviously the number of sweepstakes that they provide, is Sweepstakes Advantage. Now, my thoughts about Sweepstakes Advantage or any other site may not be your thoughts. Every single site out there is not for everybody. I love looking at different kind of sites because different sites work for different people. This one, for me personally, and this isn't discounting the newer sites that use Discord, because Discord is a new kind of feature and a new way to get people chatting and using it as a forum. I myself am a little more old school. I do really like the way that Sweepstakes Advantage has their forum set up. And their forum is a very traditional looking kind of old school throwback forum that you've seen over the past 20 years. I mean, they have sweepstakes announcements. They have a winner's circle where you can post your wins. They have a great Hall of Fame that stretches all the way back to 2006, and you would post any prize winning that has a retail value over $3,000. They have sweepstakes news. They have winners lists. They have mailman alerts. They have a place if you need referrals or vote requests. They have a trade and a sell forum. It's a really feature-rich forum. And again, the layout, if it's your preference, is that really old school internet forum layout. I don't know if it's one company that designed this particular type of forum, but in my opinion, it works really well. And I really enjoy their forum because it's kind of a throwback to the forums that I've personally been using over the last 20 years. And it kind of reminds me of the setup, besides obviously a different color scheme of what OLS had back in the day. But beyond the forum, which is something that I use at a minimum on a weekly basis just to check in and see what people are posting, what they're winning, there is a sweepstakes school on Sweepstakes Advantage. So if you are really just in the beginning stages and trying to learn how to do sweepstakes, what is this hobby all about? What's the difference between a sweepstakes and a contest? How can you spot scams? How do you get a free Twitter account, and how do you do Facebook sweepstakes, and how do you enter on Pinterest? There's a ton of lessons that are available, and all you have to do is go there and click on the one you want. And it's blog based, so I mean it's a really easy read. The articles contain a lot of great information, and if you are new to this hobby, this should be one of the first stops that you make just to learn a little bit more about it and see what this hobby is all about. And it's basically sweeping 101 in a printed format that is a very easy read. And I really like the way that they set this up. There's another section on the website that is a sweepstakes rules entry guide. So they'll let you know the difference between what is an instant win, what is a monthly entry, a one entry, or as I call a one and done, a daily, which as the name states would be done on a daily basis. And then they'll have the sweepstakes rules. They'll let you know what do the rules mean when they say one per person, one per household, one per person / email / household. It gives you a breakdown so that when hopefully you're reading the official rules and knowing if you are eligible to win or how you can win or how you can enter, that maybe you don't go overboard and start entering daily on a weekly contest and disqualify yourself for any reason. So overall, Sweepstakes Advantage is really one-stop shopping. You can get everything you need to get done, including looking up new sweepstakes, talking to people on the forums, and then learning about this hobby. They even have a great newsletter. I will say, like many of the other premium sites out there, there is eventually a paywall that you run into, and they do have some premium features that you would have to pay for, which obviously is going to be at your discretion during my review. And obviously, of course, we'll be doing a top 5 here shortly. I was able to gain all of my top 5s without going behind their paywall. And they have a ton, absolute huge amount of sweepstakes that they offer. And it's not just the big ones where you win cash and cars and trips. They have a lot of the blog posts where you can win smaller prizes like stickers and books and stuff like that. So if you're someone who wants to dive in, or if you've already been sweeping for quite some time, you can go onto this website, and whether you're a paid subscriber or not, you can enter a ton of contests that they have listed there for free, or go ahead and subscribe, get behind that paywall, and then enter the ones that they keep for their subscribers. The choice is completely and obviously up to you. So for this week's top 5, there's some great sweeps out there. And we're going to start off with one that I was originally notified by our good friend, referee Billy J., Mr. Bill Jensen. That is obviously also on the Sweepstakes Advantage website, and that would be the Better with Butterfinger sweepstakes. Now, there's a ton of prizes here. 17 winners are each going to take home a $1,000 check. Another 17 winners will get a Pop Art branded PS5 controller. And they have tons of other prizes like drones and swag kits, coupons for free Butterfinger product. But basically what you would do in this game, and obviously I also can't forget for our gaming fans, you'll notice that this sweep will have a character from the video game Borderlands, specifically Borderlands 4. You could win game codes for that game, and they'll also have game codes for Borderlands 3. But it is a daily. It's for all of our friends in the U.S. and D.C. ages 13 and up, and this is going to run all the way through July 31st. It is a daily, and basically there's 2 ways that you can enter. And when you're on Sweepstakes Advantage, you'll see a very nice breakdown of where they mention restrictions, the limit, when it was added, when the sweep expires, and what kind of sweep it is, in this case, a daily entry. But you also have a section where you could click on the rules. And the rules, if you don't want to go purchase an item, they will leave for you within the official rules, beyond the entry dates and when they have the drawings. You can get their AMOE, or alternative method of entry code, to put into the Butterfinger sweepstakes. So the original method is that you would get a qualifying candy bar, so a Butterfinger, a Crunch bar, a 100 grand bar, a Baby Ruth of various sizes, and it's included in the appendix all the way at the end of the official rules. I myself got a Crunch bar and a Butterfinger the other day because those are the ones I like anyway. And I was using a UPC that I got off of that bar. However, you don't have to purchase anything. They do provide the free code in the official rules, and that code would be JVR4QPVE. So Juliet, Victor, Romeo 4. Let's see, what's Q? We'll say Queen, Papa, Victor, Echo. JVR4QPVE. So that's the code that you would put in lieu of a UPC code. So tons of prizes available to everybody and anyone who wants to enter this one. You could buy the candy bars, or you could use the AMOE. So good luck to everybody who enters into that contest. Number 2. Please tell me I didn't lose my space here. No! Well, we'll move on to the next one. Number 4 on this week's top 5 is actually what I would call a perpetual sweepstakes. I've mentioned it before, but I am looking forward someday to winning in this contest. And that is through the billiard cue company, McDermott. So every single month, they have a cue of a month, which they give away. So it is a daily, and it runs month to month. But when I say perpetual, every single month they flip it over into a different queue. And with some breaks in between, they started doing this in 2006. It ran through 06, 07, all the way to 2014, at which point they stopped after 2014, but then they brought it back in 2022. So for the last 3 years, McDermott has been giving away their fine pool cues, some would say the best in the business. If you don't win this month, no worries. You could always enter in the next month. And if their schedule is any indication of what they're going to do in the future, you could continue to keep entering. And that website may never leave your spreadsheet or your bookmark bar, because as I mentioned, until they get rid of the giveaway, it has been perpetual for the last 3 years, month in and month out. So good luck to anybody who wins a pool cue from McDermott. And if you're listening to the podcast and you've actually won one, drop me a line. I would love to know. sweepstakespodcast@gmail.com. That's number 4 on this week's top 5. Number 3 didn't make it closer to the top because there is a caveat. It is the cool Rock Your Vibe Vegas sweepstakes. So this is Kool as in Kool, the cigarette company. And as many veteran sweepers know, the official rules, they ask that obviously you be of age for the contest, which showing here, they're saying that would be 18 plus. In their official rules, it actually mentions that it's 21 plus, but the caveat being that you would be a smoker. So do with that information as you will. But it's basically a luxury trip to Las Vegas, Nevada. And for those of you who have never been, I've been twice, haven't been in quite some time, but Vegas is a great time for more than just even gambling. If you want to go sightseeing, Red Rocks, you can make a trip out to the Grand Canyon. They have great hiking trails, tons of stuff to do on and off the strip. But this particular prize includes a round-trip business class airfare for the winner and one guest from your nearest major airport, 4 days and 3 nights in hotel accommodations in one double occupancy room at a luxury hotel, and concierge services for coordinating meals and activities. Also included are hotel and airport transfers, a $5,000 spending allowance on top of the trip awarded as a check, and then an additional $10,000 check to help offset taxes associated with the prize. Total retail value for that prize, inclusive of the trip, the spending money, and the cash offset, is $33,763. Alternatively, as they mention, and this is really nice that they even offer this up front, the winner may choose a cash option of just a straight $15,000, which is basically the spending allowance, the offset check, and then you're just not going on the trip. So you'll get the 15 grand. Obviously, that's still taxable, but you're either getting a trip and a bunch of cash or just a bunch of cash. So that'll be up to you. It is a one and done, which makes it very easy. This one expires on April 30th. Again, one and done, super easy to enter. Good luck to everybody who enters into that contest. Number 2, and this is one that I entered myself, also a single entry, one and done, the Tin Cup Partner in Adventure Sweepstakes. Grand prize, a Jeep Wrangler. Wow. Along with a check for $8,800 to, would you look at that, help offset any taxes. Love when they make that available, especially winning a bunch of cash or a vehicle. Total value for the vehicle and the cash, they are pegging at $48,800. So they're pegging that Jeep Wrangler at about 40 grand. It's not going to be the super top of the line, but it's a free car, so why complain? They're going to have 60 instant win prizes available as well, which is going to be a $25 digital REI gift card. Super easy, one and done. I think, as a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, our friend Mr. Bill did win that instant win $25 REI gift card, so I will have to ask him once he listens to the episode, which I'm sure he will because he does every time it's uploaded. Bill, thank you as always for being a listener. Appreciate you. And number 1 on this week's top 5, the Top Golf Cash App Sweepstakes. So this one's interesting. I'm doing it as a daily. It runs until April 30th. I started entering around the 1st of this month. So essentially that would give you about 30 entries. They do have a limit of 50 per person. Now, how that works, just doing it online and doubling up on your entries one day, don't quote me on any of that. I'm not going to max out at 50. I'm just going to run it like it's a daily. Just to not confuse things or even run into, God forbid, getting yourself disqualified. However, there is one lucky winner, and simple enough, it's 10 grand deposited into your Cash App account, along with another $3,000 awarded as a check to, once again, offset income taxes. So a lot of great sweepstakes around. A lot of the prizes with offsets to help in that tax situation. Wish we were all so lucky for such a thing to happen. But I'm running this one myself on my entries as a daily. Only one winner, but 10 grand into your Cash App and then 3 grand as a check. You know, what's better than that? I don't know, 50 grand? Good luck to everybody who enters into those. And I think we're going to probably just cut it off there. This will be a little bit shorter episode. The last ones have been running about 36 minutes. But I'll let you get on your way because I'm sure you got better things to do, like actually entering sweepstakes rather than listening to a sweepstakes podcast. That being said, I really appreciate you listening to Official Rules, a sweepstakes podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jay Victor. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
This has been a Father and Son production.